say thank you, so I'm going to start with saying thank you for being here, for making this happen, everybody that's behind it. Thank you. So, my name is Priscila Teixeira, and I'm the founder and CEO of Columbus Fashion Academy. Our mission is to transform lives through sustainable fashion. And before I turn anybody off, when I talk about fashion, I'm not talking about just pink and bows and dresses, so please stay with me. It affects all of you. We all get dressed. Nothing wrong with pink and bow and dresses. Yes, thank you. Nothing wrong with that. It's just that it's not just that. It's a way bigger than that. In fact, all of us, like it or not, we all get dressed every single day. So, here. So tonight I'm going to explain to you guys how our ecosystem works. We have two different businesses working together to make things happen. That's our social enterprise ecosystem. I grew up in beautiful Brazil, surrounded by nature, swimming in rivers, ocean, eating mango trees out of climbing trees literally and eating. Delicious, love it. Nature is a big thing in my entire life. So another thing that's a big impact that's I'm gonna come together is I went to Catholic schools where we wore uniforms, and it was this ocean of people looking the same. That is just wrong. I'm like, no, that's not right. So that was the very first big problem that I had to solve. So I'm like, well, how I did that? Jewelry. So that's kind of how I started my passion for jewelry. So fast forward 25 years ago, I moved to Columbus. And as I moved here, one of my first jobs was in retail. I did this for a few years, and it was absolutely amazing, not only for the people that I met, but also to realize was pretty much putting magnifying glasses on a big problem. The way that we see fashion, the way that our relationship with fashion, how negative and how unhealthy it is. So how do you solve when we have, it's really a gigantic behavior problem. It's a circle that we have to break it and unload this word that's so misused, so misrepresented, and does not do any good for us the way it is. So how we solve a problem when we have behavioral problem? We figure out what is that problem, right? What are the facts, and then attack. So number one, let's talk about the dark side of fashion. People love talking about all the pretty and fun, but there is a big, pretty dark side to fashion. Do you guys know that we have already, manufacturers have already created, produced clothes to dress humanity for the next 230 to 250 years. If we stop it right now, nobody creates anything anymore. There is already clothes to dress 6 to 8 generations. That's absolutely insane. We need to do something about it. So that's the kind of creating. Now let's talk about the consumption. We as Americans buy an average of 66 pieces of clothing a year. Not just that, we dispose of 85% of it. That's how we have every second of the day. Every second, a trash truck completely packed with clothes is dumped on the landfill or incinerated. We need to stop. We realize we cannot start fast fashion immediately, but we can slow down. And there's a lot of things that we all can do every single day. Here there's some numbers that show some of the impact in terms of environment. I could be here all night long talking about numbers, but we can do, if you want to hear about it, let's go have coffee. I can talk for hours. You can read it online. There is so much excellent data out there. So, but that's not only, it's not only the environment the issue we have. We also have the social and mental. And that, of course, got even worse after the pandemic, as you guys can imagine. But what I want to bring up, the reason why I have our kids here is that the number one population affected by it is the youth. Those are the leaders of tomorrow. We, as adults, I don't know if you're a parent or not, I'm a parent, but it doesn't matter if you're a parent or not. We as adults have the responsibility to take care of them, to guide them, to lead by example. And we can do better than what we're doing. We all can do better. How can we do that? So the way that we see at Columbus Fashion Academy, fashion for us, we take a holistic approach to fashion. We combine the 3 models that I mentioned earlier, it's retail, education, and events. So how we do is we use fashion as a powerful tool to really have people self-advocate, learn who they are, what they love or not, and how can we change it, and what do you want to be. So that's kind of how we mix the environmental, mental, and social all through activities. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that. Here on the events, here we do community. We believe in bringing people together and empowering each other and really creating a safe space where you can be yourself. And when people are yourself, they shine if you let them be. So we need to get rid of a whole lot of, again, the negative load that around fashion. So there's some of events that we have and partner with multiple people across the city and hope to partner more and more and more with as many people as they want to partner. Let's do this together. Another part of the solution when we have that problem of the vicious problem that we have in fashion is how do we, aside from realizing what's the problem, is how do we break the habit, right? So it's kind of the whole circle, the behavior circle. How do we break it? Realize what it is. How do we break it? Small steps. And replace that bad with the good, and little by little. So that's our resale and our repurpose. So we have it, our retail part is online. So we have all those clothes available in our online shop, and they are there not only to keep things away from the landfill, but also to show people that there's amazing stuff that's already pre-loved and use it. We do not need to buy anything new. Or if you buy something new, buy it intentionally so you don't dispose of it as a slice of pizza because it costs less than a slice of pizza. And the next one, the repurpose. The repurpose is the element of, guys, remember there was a kid and a bunch of clothes next to it? So we teach kids as young as 4 years old. And we teach not only the technical side of fashion, kind of how to sew and all that, but also how to figure out who you are through fashion. All the materials that we use in our classroom comes from thrift stores or donations. So everything is repurposed. So we teach those kids, we get those clothes, break them down inside out, break the seams, and that became our Canva, and build it up over again. So they go and recreate it. So we are teaching those kids, empower those kids, all while reusing clothes that already exist.
Just the tech things continue.
So the next, can you remember the next? I cannot remember the next one.
It doesn't want me to move it either. Hold on. All right, everybody.
So our productions we are doing here in Columbus.
Doing well.
For our online.
Thank you, everybody. There we go.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. It's magical. Some of you might be wondering how it started and how's it going. So we started in 2017 as an after-school program. Back then, those are our very two first students that we had. Fast forward to now, we have served hundreds of families in Central Ohio. We have that show that we just did at the Columbus Museum of Art. We had 103 kids walking the runway of that day. Everything upcycle, recycle, made it from scratch themselves. We let them do it. And then we help it, if they needed some help on the sewing machine, but they do that out by themselves. Super powerful. And then here I want to say, and that Elliot's here. She's right here. So Elliot, she was one of our students doing summer camp. And I learned about this after the math. Her mom sent me a text message with this card. So what Elliot did after our camp, she went on herself, took it on herself, went on her neighborhood, and started a fundraiser. Not only to collect clothes, to keep it away from the landfill and provide it for us, for our classroom, but also to educate her neighbors about sustainability. She's talking to them about the 200 to 250 years. She's talking to them about the amount of water that takes. She's talking about, don't buy on sale just because it's on sale in this book. I'm like, we have to create, we gotta multiply that, everywhere. And the kids, it's incredible. So, anyways. Yeah, so you guys, it's just every single day. That's why it's exhausting what you do, but it's so freaking powerful. There's nothing like that. So numbers. So we have become full-time, even though we started 2017 with our after school. We actually became full-time, running full-time this year, early in January. So since then, we have generated $61,000. Pretty much our revenue, it's coming from our education. That's where we are putting our time. That's where the money is coming from. That money was enough to cover our expenses. And also we don't have any debt, and that's that. Then 4 years to grow. Everything is wonderful. There's a lot of people that want us to do. There's a lot to be done, but we have 4 years, and we need help. We need your help. There is, bottom line, you can break down into two things: space and people. Those are our two priorities right now. And here you're gonna talk to you guys, you'll see I'm gonna break down these two guys. Space. We are currently operating out of 2 locations, which obviously is not efficient. We have roughly 3,000 square foot where we have the mix of merchandise, where we do events, where we host classes. So that's something, there's a myriad of things that I could talk about it. We need a larger space. Next, we are talking about people. We have accumulated just over 10,000 pieces of clothing, vintage clothing. If you consider the price points, average price point for vintage are $50, we are talking about $500,000 sitting inside boxes. I need help to get that out in the world. And that money is going to come back directly into our economy. So we're going to be hiring people. And then, and of course, if we have, so this is the number, 2.6 is what it would be if it was me, myself, doing nothing else, processing clothing, would take 2.6 years. With the help of 2 part-times, which is what we're asking for, we would speed that to 8 months. Of course, if we have that space that I'm asking for, number 1, plus the people, we can also be recruiting volunteers and be doing a whole lot of initiatives speeding things up. Even more collecting clothes, taking from the field, anyhow. It's a big snowball of good stuff. Next thing, our third ask, it's websites. We have a multitude of websites. To your right, you can see the top 5 that we use on a daily basis. We need them consolidated and functional, efficient, so we need help with that. So here in a pretty black and white listed, there are 3 asks. Commercial real estate, pretty much we're asking for somebody to give one of the many empty buildings in town. Give one for us for free. You pay your utilities, so we need that. Number 2, cash to help us hire temporary part-time. We know you'll be able to be hired without the need for help as soon as we kind of get things rolling and speed. And third, our website to be functional. So without further ado, here are a lot of the beautiful people we have. But I want to ask you guys one thing before I wrap up. If for those of you that, let me ask one thing. Can you guys please look around, to your right or to your left? You pick it. Just look at somewhere. Do you see anybody naked? Right? It affects all of us. All of us. So now it's a choice that we all make it. You are here and you can make it tonight and every night. Do you want to be part of the problem? Do you want to stay there, where we are right now? Or do you want to be part of the solution? So join us if you want to be part of the solution.